Yeah, sometimes you need a formal way of doing things. Sometimes structure helps us to get the meaning of why we're doing it, but certainly you don't want to keep to the formal way throughout because life is not very formal. Sometimes you have situations where you have to use the skills you're learning to actually help people be attuned to their emotions and be able to feel heard. Because a lot of times that's what people feel, that they're not being heard. And it's a skill that you need, especially as one who is a leader, to get to help people be attuned to their emotions or their feelings. And the ultimate thing is actually to help us listen more to the Holy Spirit in our lives. That's the ultimate thing. It's not just some psychological thing that we are doing for the sake of it. It's actually for us to be attuned to what is God saying in my life about this situation, and to help people come out of that with, wow, I think this is what God is directing me towards. It's not just to listen to people's feelings and leave them there, but also to listen, help them know what they feel, help them know, label what they feel, but also the ultimate thing is for them to even surrender their feelings to God and act as Jesus would in that situation. That's the whole thing. So your biggest, I think, role is to, amongst others, confidentiality is a big thing, and safety. Because why a lot of times maybe discipline relationships were really rocky is because people felt that they talk to someone and they hear what they talk to someone, either on the pulpit. Can hear someone saying, giving an example, that situation on the pulpit, or just on their friends and before time. I remember in the past, maybe in 2014, there's a brother who came to me and told me, Simon, I don't like what I hear in Kiamba. And I was like, oh, what do you hear? He said, oh, I've heard about my issues. I didn't even know about his issues, but he actually did not like. That was, I think, 10 years ago, a while back. And I was like, wow, okay, it's something that we have to train ourselves to be. Um, and as much as whatever issues people are going through, um, people want to feel that they can confide in you. People want to feel that they can tell you how they feel, but also feel safe. Okay, and that's one of the things that actually the psychologists do very well. That's essentially what they do. They feel that they create an avenue with their clients that their clients can say anything and it will just stay there. Unless sometimes it is life threatening. You know, there are those stuff, but a lot of times you want to build this in the church. You know, maybe I would even add a third one. You want to create a sense of warmth in the church. You want to create a sense of warmth, not you can be in a place where you feel, wow, okay, I don't want to be around here, because of what it makes you feel. So you want to create an environment of warmth, love, as people share what they're going through, because we are called to be a church that emulates the character of Christ. And people come to the church because life has beaten them. And a lot of times people come to Christ surrendering their lives, and they hope that they can find a place where they can confine in and be safe, you know. Um, yeah, so we want to create that. You also want to guide people through the FLAN checking steps, and that's what we are doing. FLAN, like I said, is feeling, listening, attuning, and need. So this is a formal way. You want to help people appreciate why you're doing it this way, because sometimes people share, and when you ask them what they need, you have to be careful not to ask someone what they need from you, because the point is not so much you offering the solution, is what they feel they need. It might not be it might come from you, but it might not even come from you. But you're just helping people, because in the past, a lot of times, people have approached discipling in a way that they almost overwhelm the person discipling them to a point of the person feels the discipler, let me use that word, the discipler is responsible for me, and is responsible for what I feel, is responsible for my actions and the advice. So with time, people feel, hey, I don't want to be somebody's discipler because I'm being blamed for everything in their lives. And that's what you don't want to create. That you want to create an aspect of, we are all disciples, we are all under Jesus' feet. So we are learning from Jesus, we're learning from the Holy Spirit, we're learning to live a righteous life. So no one has it all. Maybe some might be competent in some areas, but not everything. And so we are learning as iron sharpens iron. So you want to help them know the benefits of following the steps, which allows each other to learn how to practice the steps. Through this, you learn how to practice listening to somebody's feeling. You learn how to express your emotions, how you feel about certain situations. You also learn how to ask questions. You learn how to listen. Sometimes when someone speaks to you and they're silent throughout, you don't know whether they're listening. So you learn how to maybe nod. You learn how to say, okay. Okay, help me understand that more. You're learning how to have a conversation where people you're actually learning how to be an active listener. You also learn how to, it helps people connect in a deep way emotionally with each other. You've realized that the more we do this, we connect deeply with one another. And it really helps to actually know when maybe Silas says this, or when Barry says this, or when he says this, or this is where she's coming from. It helps us to connect more. You don't want to be part of a church where no one knows what's going on with everybody. but you're just attending service. You're just attending service, but people have issues with each other. People are even wanting to bite into each other, but they're just acting cool because the preacher man is on the pulpit. But you want a church where everyone is connected. We are more connected emotionally with each other. You don't want a preacher man who preaches to a congregation that he has no idea about. You don't know what people are going through. You're just preaching, but very, very flat. Yeah, you are helps people to be in tune with the Holy Spirit. And I think this is a big one, because the Holy Spirit speaks to us. But sometimes, a lot of times, the gentle, still voice, sometimes it takes listening, paying attention, like how Hebrews says, I think Hebrews 2:1, where he says you must pay more careful attention to what you have heard so that you don't drift away. And the Holy Spirit speaks throughout in our lives. A lot of times we don't know, we don't hear, because there's too much going on. The fourth thing is keep everyone on task in the sharing and learn how to actively listen for emotions. See, that's the other thing in a group. Okay, first of all, you might certainly get one who is maybe one or two who is not ready to speak, which is fine, ready to listen, to share, which is fine. But you also don't want to have that throughout every meeting. No one wants to share. That's the other uplift. You don't want to have that, because it will not be very helpful. Maybe you might need to have a one-on-one with certain people to help them come out. Maybe they don't feel safe in that environment. You must establish maybe why one would not want to share, but gently, and with time you might get to know. Sometimes people don't speak clearly what they feel, but as you become their friend, as you show that you really care, people are able to come out and actually be very clear about what they feel. And sometimes the feeling might not be very good, and you've got to be prepared for that, to listen. Because if someone shares a feeling and you also become a reactive, then it doesn't help. It doesn't help anyone. So listening, not trying to fix or give advice, and unless someone says so, they want to. The biggest point is for us to learn to listen to what people are going through, asking and leading questions, gentle and leading questions. We are doing that already, and you're learning how to do that as well. The five needs question, you might have more. I think the first one should be about, would you like us to pray? Second one would be, would you like an advice? The third one would be, would you like us just to maybe listen to what Jesus is saying in this situation? The fourth one would be maybe, I don't need anything now, I'm fine. And the fifth one could be maybe sharing one of us, maybe we've not done that before, one of us or two of us sharing a familiar story that might help the other person understand what they're going through. Maybe you've gone through the same situation, and the person can learn from what you've gone through. So I just wanted to share that just to help us understand and just know the goal. Remember, we are doing it for 8 weeks. You're already in the, is it the fourth week or my fifth? This is the fourth week, eh? This is the fourth week. Yeah. But if it needs to go on further, I'm still open. I just wanted to put that out there.